is Chelsea Jean, your host at the local experiment, and I have found myself in an undisclosed location with amazing gentlemen over here with a mind that I would like to wrap my mind around. If I can, we'll try. Dustin Nord.
Hi.
Thank you for being with me.
Yeah, thanks for coming out to the undisclosed location.
We just don't want any stalkers to come and find you once they start figuring out what you do.
Right.
We're going to make you fans. And this is some of the stuff that you do. How would you explain this? What type of art form is this, Dustin?
Demiurgic Metalliferous.
Did you just make that up?
No, that's
what I was like, wow,
that
sounds really...
It was the most ostentatious way I could say creative metal. That's what I'd say. It's creative metal, creative steel.
How long have you been doing this for?
I started in 2009. I was living out in the desert, and I got bored and started welding junk that I found in the yard together. And this is actually my first piece. And I was originally going to make like some kind of a hanger for like my mom, hang a flower or something in. And then I found this sprinkler head, and the entire thing just flashed into my brain.
And the rest just came.
And the rest just fell together.
Because from the back, I feel like this is from the Alien.
I found these hooks, and I just cut it all. And it's pretty basic for kind of what I do now, but
I love that for you, it's basic.
The image was the thing. I just saw it and made it.
And that kind of leads into my next question of how do you even come up with any of this? Because this is, what do you call this piece?
That is hammerhead sharks circling nailfish in a sea of lumber.
And once you said it, it made sense to me. I don't know why, but but I'm wondering how that even comes out of anybody's brain.
I had hammerheads, and I don't know, I thought that it would be ironic and funny to make hammerhead sharks. So I did, and then I was wondering what a hammerhead shark's prey would be, so I made a nailfish. And then it was I needed an environment for them to be in, and I contacted a very good friend of mine, Eric Johnson, and had him go to work on a sea of lumber for me. And
so if you're into aquariums, but you don't want the upkeep,
perfect.
There's your perfect
nailed
piece.
It.
Nailed it. See?
Nailed it. This is my first organic piece. I was wandering around in Arizona, and I found this coyote skull, and I wanted to wrap it, and so I put a few small screws and then just encased it, essentially, I put metal and welded here and here, and kind of held it in there, because you can't weld to the bone, obviously, and heat is a big issue, so you have to soak it in water first.
And what I like is when you're looking at these, you find little pieces like a nutcracker.
Yeah.
A horseshoe.
Yep. Lug nuts.
Lug nuts.
And I love the lug nuts in the...
It's one of those that really makes you think.
Because they're piercing. It's like it's staring at you. It's creepy.
I feel that way.
My work tends to get a little dark, but it's easy when it's so industrial.
Yeah. Yep.
It's an easy way to go.
And I know that you also do commission pieces, and you have some that you're working on, so somebody can definitely get a hold of you.
This is one I just finished, this commission. A girl's boyfriend is an avid deer hunter, so she wanted something, that involved a deer skull or whatever. And it had been chewed up by rodents. Had chewed the rack off it, so I cyborg filled in to keep it symmetrical.
So cool.
I got piles of skulls and stuff. I got a bunch of hog skulls that I got from Adam Crocious.
So there's no end to the skulls.
Tons, yeah.
What if people have a special skull they want?
Yeah,
their
absolutely.
own?
Actually, we
Because
can
I just have like a bunch in a
I
trunk.
have a buffalo skull that a guy found that he wants me to finish out for him, and I'll grab that and show you later if you want to see it or
That'd
not.
be awesome.
But I haven't started on it yet.
And then you have the sun.
And these suns were commissioned by a lovely couple.
Oh, good catch.
They collect. Their daughter, Caitlin Callahan, my sweet pea, commissioned these for me.
Wait a second, that's my sweet pea.
The apple of my eye.
Fine.
All right. So this is a bit more masculine for her stepdad, and he wants a face, and I had an organic face that I was going to put onto it, but I decided against it because it was a little too. I didn't like the way that it was going, but
Yeah.
I did this. So I'm going to cut out a steel face, and this one's for her mother, a little softer, a little more feminine. But,
You know, my grandma collects spoons. I
yeah,
could take these and have you make a sundial out
I
of
could
it.
absolutely do that. Yeah, I
Huh.
mean the sky's the limit, really. If
Yeah,
you
it
can
really
dream it,
is.
I can do it.
Exactly. How long, like,
An
for this
apprenticeship.
piece, how long did it take you to do?
This is
Like,
my
how many?
second piece, and I'd say,
Ever?
yeah, and I was on a roll. I mean, after the number one, I went right to this one and started. That was so fun, I got to do it again. So I scoured around for more parts, and my father and my brother are mechanics, and they always have car parts, and, the stuff always coming in, coming out. My uncle's in salvage, so he comes by and I hand pick through, and I get a lot of, obviously, material to work with.
Yeah.
And I just, they sometimes they just fly right out of me. I did this in 2 hours.
Wow.
And then sometimes they just creep. They take forever. I mean, a lot of it is inspiration. Once I find what I want to do, I usually just go and go and go and go, because
Just evolves.
start with the feet, build a skeletal, basic, give it attitude, how's it going to be positioned.
Yeah.
This one happens to be an action figure.
I know, I was just going to say, this one you can...
And
I have my little son.
it's
This could
it's
be his
named
first toy.
it's named Brobot because it's anatomically
Correct?
yes. He likes it.
Most do.
This guy here is the bird of paradise type thing. It originally, I had just the legs. I was going to do a robot with a full spinal cord and all this, and my dog destroyed the spinal cord for me. So now I have to come up with a new spinal cord. And then I decided I was going to do I was thinking about how similar chickens and Tyrannosaurus rexes are in skeletal
Well, do you know
structure.
chickens are
Evolved
from dinosaurs? Yeah, so
And
you're right on
I
cue
keep
there.
some chickens, and I was looking at them. So it started as it was going to be like a Chickenosaurus rex, and it went from that. And I didn't know how I would incorporate the head. I didn't know if I wanted a dragon, or like a dinosaur head, or what. But it ended up being this bird of paradise because I found this excellent, huge spring that would support
Look at that.
the whole
Oh, wow.
motion of it. And I had a stack of saw blades that had been dropped off, delivered by my salvage guy. And I thought I was just
This is
I was watching a lot of Planet Earth,
Type
falling
stuff.
asleep to the soothing sounds of David Attenborough.
I was gonna say, this is better than any wind chime.
Right.
Put this out there. And,
Yeah. And he just kind of
you're
dances
reinventing the wind
around.
chime, my friend.
And it was reminiscent of a bird of paradise. So I
Totally.
decided to fatten him up and plume him because they do the ridiculous dance,
Yep.
And I want to do some more embellishment to finish out, give him a little more substance down in his legs and everything. But I mean, that's kind of how it goes. You can see the basic structure.
you can when you
very
look.
minimal.
It's so intricate. It's
And
amazing
then
when you really
just
start looking
layer
at it.
and layer, So I'd like to plume his legs out and,
What I really appreciate that I'm learning is that, like, you have a story with everything. Like, there is a backing to all of your pieces
Yeah,
in some way, or it
Well-
tells something.
they're all a part of me, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll find a piece and I'll think, oh, that looks like owl's eyes. and I'll set it somewhere else because I already have a plan for it. I won't use it on another sculpture.
Oh,
and
wow.
it's frustrating. Some friends of mine come out and they want to help and, do it, and they bring a piece to me. I'm like, nope, that's going to be for this. And they're like, that's not. Where's that? It's not done yet, but it's on its way.
They can't necessarily see the vision yet.
Right. I just didn't
That's
know
why
how
you're
I was
doing
going to convey my owl. So then I made an owl out of fork heads. I just cut the heads off of 200 forks and I welded them all down as the plumage. And then those two eyes that I held for 3 years finally got used.
Well, I think you're now the apple of my eye. That's incredible.